If you're having issues with unexplained weight gain, no matter what you try to do about it, diet, exercise, whatever that may be, then there's a strong chance that adrenal fatigue might be the underlying cause. I'm Dr. Andrew Neville, and I'm going to talk to you about why. So one of the big things with adrenal fatigue is that it actually controls your metabolism. Now, the adrenal fatigue is terribly understood. But what it is basically is an overactive stress response system. That's what the adrenals do. They produce these stress hormones. One of the issues, or one of those stress hormones, is actually cortisol. And you might have seen some late night TV ads where cortisol adds belly fat and all that stuff. And that's actually accurate. I mean, the products probably don't work, but that's actually an accurate statement, right? Because we know the fat cells in and around the abdomen are more sensitive to cortisol. So they tend to kind of expand and cause some problems that way. But the other thing that cortisol does is it increases sugar, right? So there's two ways to increase sugar in your blood. You can eat it, of course, and lots of sugar and carbs that we all love, or you can get stressed, because when you get stressed, your body jumps into stress physiology. It thinks you need fuel to fight the tiger. Can't wait to eat a sandwich, right? So your body's going to make sugar. Now, high sugar in the blood is not a good thing, right? So the body doesn't like that. So it's going to use insulin to get that sugar out of the blood. Insulin escorts the cortisol, the sugar into the cell, opens the door, gets that sugar out of the blood into the cell. Cells don't need that much sugar, right? What if they start holding the door shut? What if they start becoming insulin? They become resistant to the insulin. Insulin's got to do something with it. So basically turns it into a fat and stores it. Hips, thighs, abdomen, wherever, right, for later use, right? So we start gaining weight. So one of the big things with regard to the fat has to do with the sugar and the insulin and all that problem, right? So remember, there's two ways to raise sugar. Yes, diet, but also stress. Now, the other thing is, when you have stress over time, that stress hormone actually, the metabolic exhaust of fighting tigers causes damage. And part of the damage exists within the cell in the mitochondria, which are the little energy producers in our cells. And mitochondria basically take energy from food and turn it into a universal form of energy that we can use to do stuff, right? Think a thought, detox, build a muscle, whatever that may be, right? Well, that mitochondria gets damaged, and now that process kind of grinds to a halt. It's just less and less efficient, right? So we've got cortisol, we've got mitochondrial dysfunction. And the last thing that causes weight gain in just about all my patients has to do with when your body is fighting tigers, that excess cortisol goes to your thyroid, a bunch of other organs too, but your thyroid included, and suppresses it. Thyroid's kind of like the engine of your body, right? And when you slow down the engine of your body, everything tends to slow down, right? So we gain weight, we're tired, can't think straight, kind of depressed, constipated even, everything kind of slows down, right? So you've got cortisol, you got mitochondrial damage, now you got thyroid suppression as well. All of those things are a result of a body, a physiology that is kind of stuck in stress physiology, which is why it's so difficult to lose weight. In fact, I've had people people who have too much weight know they have too much weight, right? So they exercise and they try to push themselves, but that's a stress too. So I've had people over-exercise and now they start to increase. Their weight actually goes up. The key is to not chase the weight. The weight comes off in my patients over time, little by little, as we correct this physiologic balance, right? Which is this broken stress response system that we call adrenal fatigue. Fix that adrenal fatigue, and you can watch that weight normalize over time. All my best.